Welcome in this Wednesday edition of the Oxford Exxon Podcast presented by Twisted Tea. Hope you're enjoying your weather teas here for 48, 72 hours. It feels like fall is in the air, in the 60s when I woke up this morning, in the 70s right now.
High next week is 101.
About to say it'll be 9 circles of hell in about 48 hours. But for now, enjoy your day outside.
Oh, it was great yesterday. God almighty.
Well, I don't know if I've conditioned this and this is a problem or what to make of it. Jeffrey would be nodding along as I say this. My daughter walked outside this morning and said she was cold. Literally used the word cold this morning.
No.
It's a
No, Carhan. You are not cold. Nope.
She grabbed a sweater as she walked outside this morning. So yeah, that might be a parental mistake at this point. I'll put that on me. But yeah, it's enjoy it while it's here. You get a couple days. It's phenomenal outside in North Mississippi in the southeast today.
I'm pulling up some extended weather though. We got bad news for everybody.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah,
like look, it's
really coming. I think
it's coming. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, Nashville wins last night, setting up Messi in Nashville on Saturday night. Get that going on.
Yeah, there's some tickets already available on the secondary market.
The secondary market
for like
a lot of money,
$600-$700.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he's great. I don't know that he's that great.
You're not interested in that?
No.
It has to be novelty a little bit, right? If you're paying that, you're going, hey.
I know someone in my household who would, if he had that money, would pay it in a heartbeat. But no.
And that's the final? That's the League Cup final? Is that correct?
I don't know that.
You have not kept up with this League Cup standings thing as we have gotten going.
No, I've not. I mean, it would be a cool atmosphere. It'll be sold out. It'll be packed. I mean, I guess they'll play it at not at Nissan, but at Leotis or whatever it's called.
Their stadium. Yeah.
And it'll be a zoo. It'll be cool. The 10-day weather in Oxford: 88, 91, 93, 96, 95, 95, 95, 94, 94, 93, 93 as far out as I can actually.
Oh, so we're not dying. I mean, it's not pleasant, but we're okay.
No, lows in the low 70s, highs in the 90s through Wednesday the 30th. So that Mercer game at 1 o'clock going to be a little toasty. About 91.
Oh, there's no doubt
degrees.
About that. I'm already settling in that is going to be some pressure cooker of a deal. It's like I think I mentioned this on the podcast. If I did, just being redundant, it was my favorite part of that Wednesday media day thing is when we were discussing the temperatures or whatever, and JJ Pegues, I was talking to him or whatever, and he looked over at me and he goes, "Hey, what offense does Mercer run?" I was like, "I don't know." And he goes, "It's not that wing T shit, is it?" And he was talking about the heat. He's like, "No, I don't need all that crap, like them doing all that stuff." And I was like, "Nah, I don't know. Like, look it up." But kind of cackled. He was worried about didn't need that run first assignment of football in 100-degree weather out there at 1 o'clock.
It'll be a little toasty at 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
for sure.
Ginger was at the game last night. Says attendance about 28,000 in Nashville last night for that one.
They'll play seats, 30, 31, 32, I think.
Let us know. I don't know. Yeah. So Oxford Exxon Podcast, Highway 6 West. Lunch specials change every day. 2 sides bread, any size fountain drink you would like. They got the ribs. They got the hot case, desserts, side items. Good stuff all the way around. If you're in Clinton or Brookhaven, you can pick up those donuts there. You get those homemade every single morning. They'll come to the rest of the state here soon. But for now, Clinton and Brookhaven, Oxford Exxon, Highway 6 West. And again, coming to you from the Clark Ford studio.
We are Clark Ford's in Amory, Mississippi. 662-257-1900 is that number. Call it. Ask for our buddy Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you're looking for. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours. It's right to the bottom line. No hassle, no haggle. You get your quote. The rest up to you. You can shop it around. You can do what I've done. What I recommend that you do, and that is hop into a Clark Ford today. Great products, great service. Corey and the people at Clark Ford want to be your car guy. They want to be your truck guy. They'll prove to you what that means when you make the call. 662-257-1900. Guest join on the Campbell Clinic hotline. The Campbell Clinic is in Oxford now, 2608 South Lamar Boulevard, Suite 102. just across the street from the cottages at Hooper Hollow. The Campbell Clinic provides full-service orthopedic care. Everything from sports medicine to foot and ankle surgery to spine and total joint care to pediatric orthopedics and physical therapy. To book an appointment, go to campbellclinicoxford.com or call 901-759-3111. Walk-ins always welcome at the Campbell Clinic, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
I know everyone was waiting with bated breath. Chris Marshall has resurfaced. He is at Kilgore Junior College in Texas for the 2023 season. I saw Siski put on the board yesterday that he would be considered what they call a 4.24, meaning he has to get an associate's degree, has to graduate from Kilgore to then transfer back to the Division I level. Best case scenario for that would be this coming June. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
Good luck.
We'll see if he.
Good luck to all involved. That's all I got.
There not being much to do in Kilgore is probably a bad thing more than a good thing.
Look, that kid is so talented. And now 2 SEC schools have just said, nope.
Yeah, we're out.
Given what he can do on a football field.
Oh, because talent level was immense now. Dude can play.
He was the best receiver on the field.
He was the best receiver on the field.
Given that, the fact that Texas A&M and Ole Miss have both said, nope, won't work, tells you a lot. A whole lot.
So we'll see.
Yep.
I mean, I guess I knew the JUCO route was the path. I just didn't even think about it. It didn't. I've not spent a lot of mental energy on Chris Marshall's future at this point.
No. I mean, somebody will give him another chance because he's so talented.
Yeah, sure.
But man.
Oh, somebody will sign him in June.
My advice.
Will it be an SEC or Big Ten team?
Probably not. Probably not because
So would you put your money on like Texas State or somebody
a Sun Belt team going, okay, we'll give it a roll.
Why not?
The upside's off the charts.
I mean, he's going to maul that JUCO level.
Yeah, this
fall.
If he's dialed in.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So,
but every time that coach's phone rings at 1:30 in the morning, he's going.
You think his mind will take over to Chris Marshall before it does some other guys?
That will be on the short list of, here's what this could be.
Yeah, your ops guy calls and goes, hey, so we got a problem with a player. You go, well, all right.
Yeah, when that phone rings and he looks over and it's the ops guy on the phone, his wife goes, honey, who's that? It's probably Chris. This is probably the night we've talked about.
Yeah. So, did a thought process yesterday. Get the fans' opinions, see what they would have here, because I found it interesting for replies. So I made a tweet yesterday afternoon, basically for a little lab work. So we do this for baseball usually. If you could have one Ole Miss player's stats for the season to get a read on how the year goes for the Rebels, who would you pick? I eliminated Jackson Dart as an acceptable answer because obviously if you can have the quarterback, you wouldn't want the quarterback. And he throws for 4,500 yards and 30 touchdowns. You go, oh, they had a hell of a year. And if he throws 18 interceptions, you go, oh, hell, that wasn't good. What I found fascinating is how many people pick tight end production. Because Kiffin, when he has a productive tight end, is really good in that offense. It gives that extra level of threat. It really opens up the middle of the field. It opens up the seam. It was not even on my first 5 thoughts in my own head.
It was one of my first 2.
Was it really? Mm-hmm. But yeah, when I went through it and read, now here's the catch. I just want Prieskorn. There's a lot of trig in this. No. And I go, look, I unless that thing says 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns, and you go, holy hell.
Right.
I just don't know that matters because he's not even been a factor right now because of his attitude and situation.
Because if it came back and you said trig, and the football gods went, okay, 6 catches, 84 yards, 1 touchdown. It wouldn't tell me anything. I'd be like, okay, so Prieskorn had a good year? Or that tells me nothing.
So you would pick Prieskorn out of that situation?
For sure.
Prieskorn would be one of your top things.
Yes. Trey Harris. Prieskorn.
I was talking to Dylan about this for a minute. I know it's low-hanging fruit. Did Quinshon Judkins have the year we thought he was going to have? Because if Quinshon rushes for 600 yards, you go, whoa.
He got hurt.
What happened?
You would assume that he got hurt.
And if he rushes for 1,600, you go, oh, hell.
Right.
He had the year and the whole deal
Yeah.
and whatever.
No, he would
His
be.
rushing touchdowns have some indicativeness over red zone production.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about Quinshawn you go, hey.
Sure. I mean, he would be my answer.
Now you could cheat and say Caden Costa because he's going to give you the number of touchdowns, the number of field goals, some idea about red zone production.
Oh, it's true.
He's going to give you all these different metrics inside his. He's not going to get hurt, most likely.
Big thanks to Webb Moore. Our buddy says, lunch on me today, guys. First time in a long time, working way too much. Best to both of you and the family.
Good to see you.
Same
Football
to you,
season,
Webb.
back
Yeah.
to you. Kind of a football guy for us. So
Yeah, for sure.
you're making it feel like football. Well, appreciate that. Absolutely. Good to see you this morning. I think he's talked me into Quinshawn.
Yeah. I mean, it's
because you at least know the expected in that. Now, Quinshawn puts you in a weird spot if it's 1,050 yards. Because you go, hey, good year, damn good year, but not elite year.
And at that point, you're like, will you tell me Bentley's numbers? What about
you're having to cheat yourself
numbers?
now. Yeah. Did Griffin run for 700? And you go, oh, well, they were 1-2 and had a deal.
Like if you told me Trey Harris was 11 catches, I would go, oh, the passing game wasn't good. And I would feel pretty good about it.
I put Trey in the photo because when I first had the exercise in my head, Trey Harris was my pick. Because I think he's the most likely 1A receiver for Jackson Dart.
Because everyone does this Aiden Williams thing. And the people that do this, and I'm going to be careful with this because I don't want to upset you. Because you'll get mad at me for what I'm about to say.
Oh, really?
A little bit.
Okay.
Because you're going to think I'm picking a fight, and I'm not.
Okay.
Yes, he's done some really cool things. And yes, he looks like he's going to be incredibly impactful.
Mm-hmm.
And he's immensely talented. And God, he looks the part. He looks the part when he runs, when he catches.
Oh, one-on-one, he's hell.
He's going to be a great player. There is going to be an adjustment.
Sure.
And sometimes the adjustment takes a minute. It's like a hitter in the bigs, right? Or even at the college level. A freshman hitter comes up and just sets the world on fire for the first 3-4 weeks. And you're like, son of a bitch, this kid, man, he's unbelievable. Okay, but then they scout him. And the coaches on the other side are good too. And they start finding what might be a hole in his swing, finding a weakness, and they just pound it and pound it and pound it until he adjusts. And sometimes it takes a couple of weeks or more to adjust. Am I onto something here?
Yeah, sure.
You know, and so all of a sudden, the kid for 3 weeks hits .60. I mean, 0.60. You know what I mean? I mean, he struggles. He strikes out 11 times and 14 at bats or something. You're like, oh, he sucks. It's like, no, they found something. They've adjusted. Now
he's got to find it.
Now he's got to adjust to the adjustment and then game on.
Mm-hmm.
So if you told me with Aiden that he comes out house of fire and then Alabama scouts him and LSU scouts him and they kind of slow him down, they take some things away from him, and then he has to adjust and he has a lull in the middle of the season, I would totally buy it.
Well, and we're going full circle here because Trey Harris's ability to assume coverage will dictate some of the success of Aiden Williams because you've got to – if you're bracketing Aiden Williams, that means nobody else is doing what they should be doing elsewhere on the field. It's inside the 11.
It would also be indicative that the tight end production wasn't anything just over the top.
Yeah. Because I feel like if he's healthy, I know what Ole Miss is going to get out of Jordan Watkins. I feel like I know what they're going to get out of Dayton Wade, out of J.J. Henry, out of those guys. I get it. I mean, not bad. Just you understand there is whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Aiden Williams, we're sitting here August 16th. We're 2 weeks away, 2 weeks and change. Over under 72 catches and 608 yards.
As a freshman?
Yeah.
Under.
Okay. That was Laquan Treadwell's freshman numbers.
Yeah. Under.
2013.
I'd go under.
That's a lot of catches.
It's a lot.
That's a ton of balls.
And a lot of Laquan's catches, if I recall correctly, and look, I might not recall correctly.
It's been 10 years.
But a lot of those were those.
They were the little flare-outs.
Little flare-out boomers, basically a running game.
Yeah. He had a lot of wide receiver screens because he was so physical out there.
Yeah.
But 600 yards.
And I don't know whether Aiden is that physical yet because we haven't seen that. And so when people are telling you what a guy looks like in camp and they haven't been at the camp, just keep that in mind.
Treadwell's junior year, he had 82 for 1,153.
I mean, look, give Hugh a lot
He
of
scored
credit.
11 touchdowns his junior year.
I mean, Hugh Freeze, to his credit, a lot like Lane Kiffin. If he has a weapon, he uses the weapon. He's not judicious. He uses it.
And he typically likes 2 weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Needs 2, typically.
And I don't think they want to overuse Quinshon. I don't think they want to give him the ball 30 times a game. I don't think that's where they want to go, because you start playing with fire a little bit when you do that, and you also kind of become predictable. It's part of their problem last year. They were kind of predictable in the red zone.
Priestcorn, 750 yards receiving.
In 12 games, right?
Yeah. 70-ish a game.
It'd probably go under.
Okay.
But maybe.
So where's the receiving production coming from?
I suspect it's going to be pretty balanced.
Okay. You just think they're going to throw to like 5 dudes?
Yeah, I mean, I think if Watkins is healthy, he's going to be a big part of their offense.
Do you buy the running back passing game stuff? We talk about it every year, and it hasn't happened.
I got to see it first.
Okay. They're spending a lot of bandwidth on Judkins is going to be in the passing game.
And look, he might be. I mean, if Quinshon's going to be a first-round draft choice, which I'm sure is part of the plan here on his part, on his family's part.
Sure.
He needs to establish with the NFL guys that he can catch the ball out of the backfield, that he can be an every down back, that he can do everything, that he can pass protect, he can catch the ball out of the backfield, and he can run. I mean, he's got to almost establish himself as like, hey, I can be Saquon Barkley. I can be Christian McCaffrey. I can be that kind of back.
What's Dart's passing yards over under?
Oh, God. What did he have last year?
29.74. I could be off by a yard or 2, but something like that.
I mean, I think your over-under on him is like 3,400 yards.
Ooh. That's a big year.
If he's going to make a big jump, yeah.
13 games, 3,400 yards.
He looks really good in practice. But
Hey Siri, what's 3,400 divided by 13? 261 a game.
I'd probably go over. I think he's going to have a big year. He looks like he's going to have a big year. He's carrying himself like somebody who really knows what he's doing. This time last year, you could tell there was a lot of confusion.
That's why we think
It's like the Suntrine Perkins thing. You were talking about on Saturday, there were times it was obvious that he was kind of lost, which is not a knock. I mean, this time last year, he was playing at Raleigh High School. There's a learning curve. There was a learning curve for Jackson last year. It was a totally different offense. He'd never really run this type of offense. There was a lot to learn. It was a new place. It was a new league, new teammates, new coaches, new vocabulary, everything. It was a lot new. And when people have a lot new, and he told me this, I think I said this yesterday on the show, so forgive me, but there were times last year where some of the reads were sort of gray in the moment. And I was like, is it like that now? And he goes, no, I know where everyone is. I know where the ball's supposed to go. I can process it faster.
it's maybe the statement. Because it is. It's where he struggled at times. The really dumb throw, the mistake, the confusion.
It's just something got gray. And look, I say this all the time, and I don't mean it like be belittling of anybody, but the coaches in this league are pretty good. You go up against really good defensive coaches who can look at film and see what you're struggling with and come up with ways to confuse you.
I mean, Golding got him on Saturday. Very first drive, he get down in the red zone, and they brought kind of a corner blitz, faked it, brought Washington back out into the coverage, and he picked him off.
Uh-huh.
And it looked like Dart threw a lazy pass. He didn't read it correctly. He had no idea Washington was breaking back into the boundary there, and that was it. It was over.
Yeah.
So remove those type of mistakes.
Yeah. And he'll still have some of those.
Yeah,
your
sure.
ability to bounce back from them. Last year, they got in his head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll tell you that.
Yeah. That's what frustrated Lane. It wasn't even the mistake most of the time. He told everybody who would listen last year, hey, don't expect Matt Corral 2022 here, guys, or 2021.
Well, Matt Corral in 2020 wasn't Matt Corral in 2021.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't. He had a lot of picks. Matt made mistakes in 2020. Lots of them.
And Matt's year when he was Jackson's age, he was frankly bad at times.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time.
Yeah, for sure.
So, anyway. A little more on this thought exercise in a second, but first, you ready to elevate your game day experience? Check out Twisted Tea, your go-to game day beverage for college football fans. Twisted Tea is unlike any hard beverage you've had before. It's made with real brewed tea and packs a flavorful punch with 5% alcohol and no carbonation, delivering the perfect balance of taste and refreshment that goes down smooth for every game day occasion. No need to settle for the usual. Twisted Tea turns up any occasion, especially when you're cheering for your favorite team. So whether you're tailgating, if you're in the parking lot, stadium, watching at a bar, or hosting friends at home, Twisted Tea is there to elevate game day experiences. It complements your love for college football and your passion for creating unforgettable moments. So let's toast the unforgettable game day experiences. Twisted Tea, the drink that fuels fun and celebrates your love for college football. Keep it twisted.
Now, a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. It can be tough to train your brain to stay in problem-solving mode when faced with a challenge in life. But when you learn how to find your own solutions, there's no better feeling. A therapist can help you become a better problem solver, making it easier to accomplish your goals, no matter how big or small. I've used therapy as a way to handle stress, clear negative thoughts, relax a little. For me, it was a life changer that increased my happiness. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, it's accessible, affordable, it's entirely online. You get matched with a therapist after filling out a brief survey, and you can switch therapists anytime you like. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/MPW today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/MPW. Do you hate losing games? Do you hate losing players? Do you hate paying for your insurance? If you said yes to those questions, Davey Ferris can help. Davey is partnered with the Grove Collective and will be donating 20% of all commissions and 10% of all renewals on both personal and commercial insurance policies. Davey can service customers in all 50 states, and he's dedicated to making sure Ole Miss Athletics succeeds in this era of college sports. Contact Davey at 214-715-7247 or via email at dferris@hilcoinsurance.com. Excuse my voice, I'm sorry. Retiring soon? How long should you wait to take Social Security? What accounts should you pull from first? Are you already retired? Should you consider Roth conversions? These are just some of the questions that can be answered with a personalized retirement income plan. Andrew Sego with Sego Wealth Management specializes in helping folks just like you come up with their retirement game plan. When you meet at his office in Collierville, or prefer Zoom from anywhere, schedule a free discovery meeting and see what he can do for you. It's rebelsretire.com. Again, rebelsretire.com. We're also brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. Different names, same great products and services. You know there's another month and a half of heat. If your air conditioning is starting to struggle with it, get in touch with Comer and Southern. If you live in Oxford, Tupelo, Batesville, or that area, call Comer 662-801-1777. If you live in Hernando, Memphis, or the surrounding area, call Southern 662-429-4429. And A-Stock is a Nashville-based online retail company with the mission to provide customers the power to name their price. All items at A-Stock start at just $1, no matter what the retail value may be. So shop now at astock.bid. That's ASTOCK.BID. Or download their app, name your price on thousands of items from big-name retailers. A-Stock has multiple locations around Nashville as well as Memphis and Indiana, and others coming soon that offer local pickups, so don't miss out.
Podcast is brought to you by Prime Shrimp, primeshrimp.com. 7 different flavors available for you, everything from the New Orleans-style barbecue and the signature to the full meals in a bag, the French Quarter Alfredo, the garlic herb butter. You can even season yourself with Simply Shrimp. They've got available in all Rouse's markets, wherever those are. But if you want to get it shipped to you, we can help you. 25% off with code RG when you buy 5 pouches or more. So pick your favorites, get a sampler pack, whatever it is that will make you happy for dinner tonight. Again, that's primeshrimp.com, code RG, to get it shipped directly to your door. Defensively, Cedric Johnson getting absolutely the most votes inside this poll here. And I mean, I don't like picking a defensive player because it just can go so sideways on trying to predict where it goes. It definitely would be an offensive player I picked. But I will say this, if Sed is banged up or doesn't kind of have that jump, I don't necessarily know where the pass rushing capabilities come. Because everybody, I saw it was in your mailbag from a question, hey, compare it to 21, compare this to this. Sam Williams was so dominant and so impactful that you got to have that one dude that just commands that type of presence.
You had Sam Williams, and then that allowed
Cedric
and Tavius Robinson to sort of do their thing without a lot of attention on them. And now the attention's on Ced. And I don't like you. I mean, there's a mailbag question. I think the answer is yes. Isaac Uku's practicing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the best of my knowledge, yeah.
I've
seen him periodically.
I've never been great at going out there in 4 periods of time and just taking full role, especially now when the roster's like complete turnover.
Well, I mean, it's you're learning names and numbers because there's so much turnover. You're having to go, hey, that is like I still catch myself going, that's that guy, right? And I look down and go, yeah, dummy. But it just takes a second.
Sure.
You're not completely picking it up on first glance. Whereas back in the day, without all the transfers, you knew forever that so-and-so was so-and-so, and that's where it was. I mean, I've got a story up this morning where the players talked about it took them several weeks to not just go by numbers with teammates, try to learn names and figure it out, and know who you're talking to because it's a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes.
Yeah.
You and I did not spend any time on this because I guess we're only in the third show since it happened. And it was mentioned in the thread. Golding's answer on Friday about Perkins was really, really fascinating. David Eckert for the Clarion Ledger was working on something, so he was asking a lot of Perkins questions. And Pete clearly had recruited him hard for Alabama, was very familiar with Perkins for a number of ways, had lived in Raleigh, not literally, but had been in Raleigh a ton over the course of time. And with Perkins committed to Ole Miss, Alabama's only hope of signing Perkins was for Perkins to wait and to give more time and to try to stretch it out. But Pete admitted that he had very much a secondary goal in doing so, is that he did not think he was going to be at Alabama that next year, and that he did not want Perkins to sign with Alabama if he was not going to be there, and he wanted him to sign with Ole Miss if he thought that was where he was going to end up. That essentially he personally wanted Perkins to wait for his own coaching situation as well. I thought that was pretty revealing when you admit it out loud there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a duh because everybody has their own stuff, but you don't always get that out loud.
No, you don't.
You don't always get that out loud. And he
basically he's basically admitted that he was done there.
Yeah.
That
it was time.
It was time. Look, he's really, really good. I mean, he's really, really good. If you told me that next season the 2 best players defensively in the SEC are both named Perkins, I buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's that kind of good. And I think David went to Raleigh for 2 or 3 days and is working on a really big Suntarine Perkins story, which will be excellent, probably. But, yeah, I don't know. Just it's a lot to ask right away.
That's a very personal relationship. I was actually trying to talk him into signing in February because I still wasn't talking to anyone, but I thought it was about time to make a move for my family. Hold off. Let's see. Because I didn't want him to sign with Alabama and me not be there. He signed somewhere else and I not go there. So,
oh, there you go.
I think Nick kind of turned his eyes up a little on Friday and went, okay.
All right. In our chat thread, Darty says, what do you guys think the Ole Miss at Auburn kickoff time will be? No one knows. But he says, getting married that day to an Auburn grad, it's the day of Bama, Tennessee, so not 2:30, hoping for 11 a.m., but couldn't get that lucky. All right. First of all, good luck.
So Ole Miss Auburn grads marrying on the day of the Ole Miss Auburn game?
I mean, Darty, that's just not a great idea. Not that it's going to impact you.
He follows up, says, I begged for the bye week, but the venue was booked. So I've also told her how rude it was to be married in the fall, missed Eli's jersey retirement to be in one of my friends' weddings. Okay, you need new friends. Your entire group is making mistakes and errors here.
Yeah, so 2 things come to mind. One, the odds are overwhelming this is going to be a night game.
6:30 would be my...
Yeah. So I'm assuming the wedding is at 9.
11.
It could be 11.
We've been we're down that road at 11, not always being the stepchild.
But let's talk about this at nighttime.
It's at Auburn, so it'll be at night. If it was at Ole Miss, it would be at 11.
Okay.
So
regardless, you're going to have a lot of Ole Miss people probably there and a lot of Auburn people probably there. They're going to be distracted. They're not even paying attention to you. And then what if the game gets squirrely?
You're hosting a sports bar at this point because it's both. It's everybody.
So everybody can end up getting pissed off at each other. I mean, you guys will probably be fine because you're getting married that day, but why?
Of all weeks, even if it's not the bye week, you pick the week where you play each other. Pick the week where one of you plays Mercer or Alabama State or something. Where okay, sure. What are we doing?
I mean,
what time is the wedding?
Do
we know what time is the wedding?
Was the venue booked for the whole spring?
The whole spring.
I mean, pick a day in the spring. Everybody be good by then. I know he probably feels like he's getting beat up right now, but I mean, you kind of deserve it. And I'm trying to be gentle with it.
This is gentle.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm it's the wedding's at 5, so the reception's at.
So the reception will be when the game is, or the game will have been over. No, actually, 11 is your worst case scenario because 11 that game ends at 2:30, and let's say it ends controversially or it's something close. Half your attendees are pissed,
and they're pissed at them,
who's also at the wedding. So all you need is one drunk uncle to start taking shots, and picking on them, and that thing gets sideways fast.
Yeah, one drunk guy goes, I thought he was in bounds, bitch. And then here we go. Because now everybody's all worked up and you've been drinking all day.
Reception kicking off about 6:15.
Alabama's just putting it to Tennessee, and everybody's worked up on that. They got to throw, and the state of Alabama, you got to throw that in because it's a cocktail sort of thing.
She says, "Don't even bother getting a band; just throw up a big screen."
Yeah, I agree. Save
some
money.
Put the projector up there.
Ain't no point in having anybody playing the Motown.
I mean, you might as well just play into it at this point. You might as well have pom poms out. Might as well just make it a game day.
You know how I used to talk to about like this is. I'm gonna use the example.
Okay, sure.
Logically, you talk about Florida football. We're gonna talk about Florida and Billy Napier for a minute. Okay. Logically, it's year 2, and he's recruiting really well. And so here we are before anybody's played a game. Hadn't been a snap, no stats. Everyone's undefeated right now. Okay? I say, I don't think Billy Napier's going to make it. And you go, oh, they're going to give him another year. Why? Because right now, you're logical. You're rational, right? There's no emotion coursing through your veins. So you go, oh, the wedding reception will be fine. Everyone will be grown up. They'll be mature. Now, let Florida start actually losing football games. All right? Let Florida be 3-5 the day that they break out the all-black against Arkansas in Gainesville, and KJ Jefferson slices and dices them. They're ready to fire him that day. Why? Because they're no longer being objective and rational. Now they're just emotional and pissed off.
Yeah, sure.
So the same people who are like, oh, yeah, no, we'll behave.
No, paper losses are not the same as losses.
No, not even close. Not even close. You tell me today, hey, Neal, the Cubs are going to lose. They're going to make it to the National League Championship Series and lose in 6 games.
You're kind of pumped right now.
I'm telling you, no shit, really? That's going to be awesome. Now, let me get to the National League Championship Series, and I'm cursing Ronald Acuna. Like, you bastard, stop. Someone break his legs, right? I mean, let's do something about this. It's totally different. So you're telling me that, oh, no, it goes badly. So
what type of sports fan is the bride to be?
And her family.
Yeah. How strong are the ties that we have going here?
Well, he's strong enough to be in our thread here on a
I'm aware
of
his situation.
Morning.
Yes.
So what happens if Auburn jumps out to a 21-0 lead? Are you going to be able to be happy?
And Hughes over here strutting and
yeah. And they keep showing.
We didn't mention that.
And they keep showing shots of Jill, and she's got that big smile on her face with the hat on and stuff, and it's kind of like you can kind of see in her eyes going, "This is the greatest moment of my life." Are you going to be cool with that? I'm just asking. Are you going to be all right?
And is the father-in-law going to be okay if it's reversed?
Yeah.
Is he going to get pissed off by the time the first dance is coming out because Ole Miss is up 28-3?
Ole Miss is up 27-3, and Lane breaks out the double flea flicker and throws his call sheet in the air. How's that going to go over? Adam, thank you for the super chat very much. Adam Olson, he says, appreciate all you guys do. How much of an impact do you expect Golding to have on improving the defense year over year? If he's coaching last year, is the defensive unit markedly better? Thanks. I think he's going to have an impact because he's coached in this league for a while. It might take him a minute to get his players. That's the one thing I'll say. I think they'll be better next year on defense than they will be this year on defense.
He is going to be better at individual week-to-week game plans with a system that is a little more variable to suit what is going on. Player after player so far, and again, it's camp and it's all that stuff, and I get it. They all talk about not being in a box. They're nice, but not being in a box the same way they were last year, where it's we do this thing and it's what we do, and you just hope it kind of works against the opponent. Golding is very, very, very much adaptable to what is going on around him. Now, will that always work? No, of course not. But it gives a much higher sense of possibility there from a defensive standpoint. Yeah, I think the over-under on total defense, they were 57 last year. I think it's 45. Moderate. I mean, that's not a small decrease there. I mean, increase there. So, yeah, something like that.
Darty says her dad is Auburn, mom is Alabama, his whole family is Ole Miss. But what level of fandom are they? Are they like?
Well, see, now we're running the risk of what if you get an Auburn blowout and then Tennessee is beating Alabama?
Yeah.
So then you get potentially the mom's side of the family on the bride's side pissed. Because it's also Tennessee, Alabama. It's not like Alabama's losing to Oklahoma or something. It's Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
You could save a lot of money right here and do something different.
Yeah.
Take a hell of a honeymoon.
The courthouse closed on Thursday? I mean, what's...
I swear I think 11 is worse than 6:30.
Because it's
the
over.
Game already being over runs the risk.
And everybody would have gotten up early, drinking, watching the game.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a little touch and go.
If it ends weird ways. Because it is kind of a party atmosphere if your reception's in the first half of the game. It's most likely not 31-10.
Yeah, it's true.
You can kind of get it.
It'd be okay. But, yeah.
Again, Uncle Bob starts poking.
Now, what if it's the 2:30 game?
Tennessee, Alabama's 2:30. I mean, I know we're predicting week 8 of the season or whatever, but
and Alabama has a couple of losses, and let's say Ole Miss beat them in Tuscaloosa. I'm not predicting that. I'm trying to come up with the most chaos here.
Hardman says, let's be real, it's all the bride's fault. They can only be mad at her.
Oh,
I mean, she chose it.
Of course.
Darty didn't choose this. But he's culpable.
He's off to a bad start here. I mean, he's showing that he's like going to be the guy that's like, yeah, I know this is a bad idea, but let's do it anyway. Happy wife, happy life stuff. And there's a lot of truth to that, except sometimes you have to put your foot down. I go, this is a bad idea.
Kind of agree with Oklahoma Rebel here. We have Alabama people in the family, and he goes, plans wedding, checks notes, 3rd Saturday in October. Wow, it's like a holiday. This will be fun. I mean,
no, again,
that game is known by the date. It's when they play.
That's what I would have said. There are 3 months I'd like to talk about: March, April, May. I mean, go for it.
June, July,
June, yeah,
August.
Yeah,
hot as hell.
A little hot. But March, April, May, June. I mean, it's the worst thing. You might interfere with the baseball series. Who cares? You might interview with the interview with the NCAA tournament. You'd be all right. Interrupted, whatever. Who cares? No one's that emotional about it. And if you're marrying people that are emotional about a baseball series in the middle of April, well, y'all need help.
Do you have themed cocktails for both sides? Do you have to completely play into this situation as it is?
It's just too dangerous, man. I mean,
we're going to have hot toddies and we're going to have whatever the hell is blue and orange.
I need to know the level of fandom. If everybody's kind of chill, sure, you can have some fun with it. But if you've got people that are like...
It only takes a couple really intense people.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be everybody.
You get a couple of people that are like...
The father is pissy. That's it.
You know these people. Ole Miss plays at 11 a.m. and loses. Their weekend is over. They won't watch another game. They're done. You know those people. We make a living off some of those people.
Love
There's
you
a
all.
totally different than, hey, you know what? My team lost, and 15 minutes later, I'm kind of over it. I mean, like, if Arkansas plays at 11 a.m. and they lose, my girls are fine. I mean, they're whatever. They probably couldn't even tell you who they played. It's a different kind of fandom than the people that are like, that's it. We're packing up. Nope, we're checking out early. We're going home. If those are the people at your reception, you got some issues because someone's going to be upset.
We will need a call at some point during wedding night. You're gonna have to call in. You're gonna have to during the evening of this thing. Look, it doesn't have to be you guys. I get your put a brother, put a cousin. Somebody's got to call in. Let us know how it's going.
Grind pointed out that we were right about Mayo Girl.
Well, that was a free space.
Well, I know, but this is kind of a free space. Just being honest. Darty's like disappeared. He's gone. Darty started drinking.
It doesn't sound like it's a dry wedding.
Her dad is a relaxed football fan.
Okay, that's good.
His dad, Darty's dad, is
my dad is intense Ole Miss, and mom is diehard Bama. Is this combustible?
Oh yeah, yeah. Because here's the other thing: whichever coach wins this game is going to troll the ever-living hell out of the other in the postgame. Prepare yourself. Hugh will be a jackass if he wins. And Lane will be a jackass if he wins.
If Ole Miss wins, go ahead and get Lane's tweets to your phone because they're going to start rolling in very quickly.
You don't even have to wait for the tweets.
You think in the post game?
Whoever whether it's Cole Kubelik or what's her
even
name?
on the little thing.
Oh yeah, with the coach, hey, walking off the field. Oh yeah, he'll have something smart ass to say. Big time. He'll have rehearsed it. And Hugh will do the very passive-aggressive religious take if he wins.
Oh,
that's coming.
So?
Oh, you covered him for 6 years. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, Neal, that's an interesting take. Gosh, I didn't think of that. You were there too.
Passive-aggressive is the way that will go.
Yes.
I'm so excited about that week. You're hating it. You are despising that week. I am so excited.
If Hugh wins, he will have you believing that a higher power steered it. Auburn's way.
Will there be any modifications to the prayer circle this year with Hugh being in charge?
I just think they'll carry right on.
The prayer oval.
Just as long as all the beat writers tweet it out. That's what's most matters.
They should just go full on and just put the announcement in the press box. Attention, ladies and gentlemen, the Auburn Prayer Circle will commence at 12:52 p.m. 12:52 p.m. for Prayer Circle, middle of Jordan-Hare Stadium. 25% off Mama Goldberg's if you tweet it out before 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ha ha ha. Whew. Okay. On that note, podcast brought to you by G&M Pharmacy, 662-236-2222. You might need some sedatives, some anti-anxiety pills. They can hook you up, whether it be Tyson Drugs in Holly Springs, G&M in Oxford. They can transfer your medications easily. One phone call, they take care of the rest. They offer MedSync to individually package your medications for those who need those extra steps as well. So again, 662-236-2222.
The College Corner is opening in Oxford today. Their newest location is in the Oxford Commons right off of Sisk Avenue, so go check them out. 4,000 square feet of the best Rebel gear. Plenty of parking available. Their staff is going to have you in and out and ready for the Grove in no time. Again, Oxford Commons right off Sisk. Opens today, collegecornerstore.com. Darty and the people at the wedding are going to need game changer patches. The only 2-patch system available in the market. Stop hangovers before they start. The warm-up patch is used before or while you drink. The overtime patch is used after you've been drinking to recover while you sleep. The all-natural ingredients will keep you in the game and ready for the next play. Go to GameChangerPatch.com. Promo code RebelGrove20 at checkout for 20% off your purchase. Get ready for the 2023 Ole Miss football season by stepping up your sock game. Select one of 3 different Saturday 7-packs to complete your outfit for each of the Rebels' 7 home football games. Select the Oxford edition or one of the 2 NIL boxes. Dead Soxy members get exclusive pricing on the Oxford 7-pack, while NIL boxes are on sale for $150. Step up your game day style with a 7-pack of Dead Soxy premium socks and cheer on your Rebels in comfort and style. Speaking of tailgating and all of that, if you're going to tailgate in the Grove this fall, highly recommend 7southtailgating.com. If you're coming up for one game, if you're coming up for all the games, just the conference games or some combination thereof, they can arrange a package just for you. It's 7southtailgating.com. No matter how complicated or simple you want your tailgating to be, they can accommodate you. Once you tailgate with 7 South, you'll never tailgate without them again. 7southtailgating.com. We're brought to you by Pinnacle. Pinnacle based in Jackson, Mississippi. They've got clients in more than 20 states, advisors in multiple states. They provide detailed, specialized investment management, financial planning, retirement planning for individuals and businesses, and much, much more. Investing is treated like a commodity. Decisions are made using objective information and research, not emotions. So regardless of your level of wealth, Pinnacle is going to sit down with you, listen to your goals, study your expenses, and put forth a comprehensive, detailed financial and retirement plan built just for you. It's mypinwealth.com, MYPINN wealth.com.
Men's basketball renewal deadline, August 31st, coming up soon. Renew or purchase now to be in the priority seat selection process. Women's basketball tickets on sale for just $50 per season ticket. All those tickets available at OleMissTix.com. And then the Ole Miss Athletics Foundation is starting their Pledge Per Win, Pledge Per Touchdown campaigns for football. Go to give2athletics.com to sign up today. Also, hopefully you received your tickets and parking passes yesterday. Those went out on August 15th for football season tickets. So just be aware, if you didn't get them, check in there to take care of that. Basically half and half. Put up a poll saying, would you rather lose to MSU or Auburn if you had to lose one? A lot of people picking they'd rather lose to State than Hugh this season.
Oh, interesting.
It's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
TP saying, I'd gladly lose the Egg Bowl for a 3 TD win at Auburn.
Well, it'd be interesting if you told somebody, hey, you can have a 3 TD win in one of those games, but the other has to be a 3 TD loss.
Ooh.
Which do you pick? You get to blow one of them out, but now the other one's going to blow you out.
Something's going to suck.
You're going to have a glorious day and a crappy day. You get to pick.
Both on the road, so it's not like some home road thing.
I don't know.
Picking a 3 TD loss is hard to do no matter what. Like,
but you're going to get a 3 TD
putting
win.
that in your veins is a...
But you're going to get a 3 TD win.
I think it depends on where you live.
Probably.
If you live around a bunch of State people, that's going to suck all over the course of the year.
If you live in Birmingham, you're like, give me the 3 TD win over Auburn. I'll take it out. I'll deal with Thanksgiving. They're still making bourbon, right? It'll be all right.
Drew makes a good point, too. Crazy thing, Ole Miss doesn't play Auburn next year.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to last for a minute.
Going to linger.
You get 700 days minimum. Well, no, you'll get 700 days of this before it matters. Yeah, Stacy, I think it's where you live. Yeah, she just can't deal with State after a blowout for a whole year. I get it. But if you live in Nashville, you're not dealing with State people every day.
No.
So you might go, hey. Because like if I said, hey, you can blow out one but get blown up by the other and it's LSU or Alabama, I think almost everybody would I'll take the blowout win over Alabama. And let's enjoy that. And I'll let LSU kick my ass.
Yeah, I think so. I think
let's get that monkey off the back.
If you told 100 Ole Miss people, okay, so here's the deal. You're going to play Alabama and LSU back-to-back weeks. You're going to win one of these games by 4 touchdowns, and you're going to lose the other one by 4 touchdowns. These are going to be blowouts. You're going to win a blowout, and you're going to take one.
Yeah.
I think 90 would pick the 4 TD win over Bama.
I do too. The thing that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Let me enjoy that. And yeah, okay.
And then next week we'll just deal with it.
It'll suck, but sure.
Yeah.
We were overlooking. We were still coming off that win. Whatever.
Well, and in that scenario, I think I'd put my money on the Tigers.
Yeah. If I'd have told you, hey, Bryant Denny that day is 42-21 Rebels, you go,
I'm like, well, I'm stunned. And How many points is LSU getting next week? Because that might not be the most focused group in the world.
Stacey said she lives in Texas. Now, if you want to say beat Jimbo by 30, please, baby Jesus. We'll take all of it. So, yes.
That's one. If you offered Lane a 30-point win over Jimbo or Hugh, which one would he take?
Jimbo. Oh,
I don't know, Chase.
I don't know. I'm thinking.
I don't know. I think Hugh.
After last November.
Yes.
Prior to that day, it would have been an easy
He's
call.
beaten Jimbo, and it feels like that's, while it's personal, it doesn't feel like he's got his heart.
No,
totally
the more you're talking about it, no, it's Hugh. It's 100% Hugh.
Mm-hmm.
Nick or Hugh? He wants that pelt.
He wants to beat Nick. He legitimately respects Nick.
Yeah, of course.
I think right now he really wants to beat Hugh. And I don't know that I have to finish that sentence.
No, it's true. Little updates on this Michael Oher situation that is going on. Tuohy's fighting back yesterday. This from the New York Post this morning. Yesterday afternoon. Says Michael Oher allegedly asked his adoptive family, which is not technically, but whatever, for $15 million not to go public with claims they swindled him, according to the family's attorney. Shauna Leanne Tuohy said through their legal representative, there's no credence to Oher's claims. He was fooled into conservatorship and rubbish claims. The couple made millions off his life story. Their lawyer told TMZ that Oher was instead the principal offender who's repeatedly threatened to plant a negative story about the Tuohys in the press if they didn't cough up an 8-figure check. Over the years, the Tuohys have given Mr. Oher an equal cut of every penny received from the blind side. Attorney Marty Singer said, quote, even recently when Oher started to threaten them about what he would do unless they paid him an 8-figure windfall, and as part of that shakedown effort refused to cash the small profit checks from the Tuohys, they still deposited Mr. Oher's equal share into a trust account that they set up for his son. Singer alleged Oher had been dropped as a client by other lawyers, but finally found a willing enabler and filed this ludicrous lawsuit as a cynical attempt to drum up attention in the middle of the latest book tour. Oher's representative did not respond to requests for comment. Again, filed the latest lawsuit on Monday. Singer denied the allegations about the $300 million box office movie that then put millions of dollars in the Tuohy's pockets, saying the Tuohys only, quote, received a small advance from the production company and a tiny percentage of net profits. Oher's lawsuits claimed the couple, along with both birth children, Sean Jr. and Collins, made $225,000 each plus 2% of the net profits to that. So through attorneys, Shauna Leanne have now responded. And we'll see where it goes.
I feel like we're breaking down a Brewers Cardinals series right now.
You can move on from this one and just
any chance they both lose? Someone's got to win. All right.
Well, you knew yesterday was coming. Shauna Leanne weren't going to sit there and go, "Hey, we're not going to have any comment."
Of course not.
No, we're not. I mean, come on.
I tend to believe them.
I do too.
But I don't know.
Yeah, my knowledge of this case begins and ends with the news stories that I have read over the course of the last 2 days.
And dear, please, sweet God, baby Jesus, let's keep it that way. Thank you. Amen.
You don't need to be any more involved in this
no.
as it moves forward.
No,
at this
thank
point.
you. No interest at all. I don't even have the lurid interest. Like, hey, what do you think? I mean, no, I don't want to think. Just make it go away. Let's get to football.
The Indianapolis Colts named Anthony Richardson their starting quarterback yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sign that we're not trying to win right now, and let's go ahead and get in, right? We're giving up on the year.
It's that, and I think they've liked what they've seen from him.
They've had different first-year quarterbacks 7 straight seasons. A different starting quarterback in the opener 7 straight seasons.
Look, they're not winning. So get him experience. Figure out what you've got. He's a really smart kid. Tons of talent. He's going to make mistakes, so get him out of the way. Let him start growing up as an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, I don't mind this.
No.
Get some information.
I'm cheering for him.
Are you?
Yes. I like him. Everything I read and hear about him, I like him more. I hope it goes well. He will make boneheaded rookie mistakes, and people will do the hot take thing, but you can't judge a rookie quarterback. Let him make them.
And that division has you in Houston, but then at the top, Tennessee and Jacksonville.
Yeah, you're not winning the division. You're not going to the playoffs. So
the 2-team race.
Yeah, so go get experience.
Feels like Jacksonville.
For sure.
They're good. They're fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like them.
And they have a quarterback who has already done the rookie thing.
And he was bad early.
He was bad as a rookie. Not bad anymore.
He's pretty good now.
Mm-hmm.
He's on this list I'm about to read. AP puts out MVP candidates yesterday. Vegas puts odds on it. Joe Burrow leading it, even with the calf injury, plus 600. He is the favorite to win the MVP award. Got Jamar Chase, got some weapons. That
good.
Division doesn't feel as gnarly.
They're better up front than they've been.
Couldn't get worse.
And he's fine. He's back throwing. They don't play for...
It was a scare. He's fine.
They don't play for another 3 weeks.
He went down, and when it's cramp or Achilles, that's a problem. Like, let's figure out what's going on.
And they're taking their time with it. I mean, he should probably be okay. He's young and healthy.
Pat Mahomes plus 650, right behind him. Duh.
Yeah,
not a shock there.
Sure.
Josh Allen plus 750. You're selling there because you don't necessarily like the division. They lost their running back.
Yeah.
You're declining on the Bills, period, this season.
A little bit.
I thought.
What can I get on Trevor Lawrence?
I hadn't got to him
Okay.
yet. Justin Herbert plus 1,100. Not to win the MVP. His team's not good enough.
Yeah.
I like him.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
But
he played hurt last year.
That division is hell.
It is.
Now, I think the Broncos are a comedy of errors waiting to happen, even with Sean Payton as their coach. But nonetheless, you have the Chiefs in your division. And the Raiders are the Raiders. I don't know. I don't know what to make of the Raiders yet, honestly. I'm kind of in a weird spot here with them. Jalen Hurts plus 1,100, same thing.
No.
Don't like that?
Mm-mm.
Of note that he's the top-ranked person out of the NFC.
Oh, how about that?
So if you...
I mean, I think Hurts is really good. I just don't know that he's ever going to put up the kind of numbers that Mahomes is, that Burrow is, where you go, oh, this is an MVP guy.
Lamar Jackson plus 1,400. Team's not good enough.
I don't think they are.
No. Tua Tagovailoa plus 1,600.
Just can't stay healthy.
Shot in hell.
No, it's just you're throwing money away. I mean, that would be an awesome story if Tua did it, but kind of the evidence doesn't seem to support that premise.
Tied at 1,600. Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers, Trevor Lawrence.
I don't hate the Aaron Rodgers bet there, and I actually love the Trevor Lawrence bet.
So
there.
your bets would be plus 16 on Rodgers and Lawrence. If you're actually putting money for odds back on it.
I think if you told me, hey, take a couple $100 and I'd put 100 on Rodgers and 100 on
I'm with you.
Trevor.
And I can't get behind this.
If you told me Jacksonville won 13 games and Trevor put up really big numbers and got the MVP, I'm not even a little surprised. He was making big strides last season.
Anything else beyond that is just throwing money against the wall and being cute or some kind of long shot. I don't even know where I would throw it to try to throw it. You've got Justin Fields at plus 2,000. Of this group, and again, I would not put money on this, but of this group, I would go plus 2,500 on Jared Goff. Just straight, I'm going to throw $10 on a flyer and see if it hits.
Yeah, that's not bad. I don't think it would happen, but sure. Detroit could win a bunch of games and people kind of fall in love with them, and Goff's good.
Because that division's gettable. Bears aren't whatever. You're not a believer in the Vikings and Cousins.
No.
Well, he's not whatever, but the Vikings. And then, I mean, Deshaun Watson plus 3,000. No. Geno plus 3,000. Brock Purdy 4. Russell Wilson 4. Derek Carr 4. Jordan Love 5. Sorry. It's whatever from there. The world of football. Do you notice that I said nothing but quarterbacks there?
Yeah.
Nothing.
I started to ask you, where's Saquon?
I don't get to a running back until plus 8,000 with Christian McCaffrey.
Unbelievable.
The world we are in.
It's a quarterback league, isn't it?
I didn't say a wide receiver.
It's a quarterback league.
The odds are higher on Mac Jones, Jordan Love, and Kenny Pickett and Kyler Murray than they are Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, because if Jefferson has the big year, the quarterback's going to get the credit. If Jamar Chase has the monster season, it means Burrow gets the MVP.
Justin Jefferson plus 10,000. He has the same numbers as Sam Howell, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Trey Lance, the number one wide receiver in the league and also the number one fantasy football pick this season.
Well, here's all you have to know about the way the NFL is. If someone came down and told you, hey, either Justin Jefferson or Jimmy Garoppolo wins the MVP, you'd put your money on Garoppolo. You'd go, oh, my God, he led the Raiders to a 13-win season.
It's like here. Look, I'm not doing this, but Tony makes a point. He goes, the Saints have the weakest schedule in the NFL. They dominate the South, which sucks. They go win 13 games, and Derek Carr gets MVP votes because he throws for 4,800 yards.
Yeah.
There's a world.
You'd double up on the jersey then.
Oh,
You'd
black,
the black
gold.
one, the white one.
I'd be creating my own colors.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah. You'd buy the Mardi Gras jersey.
Thankfully, they've never tried that. Thank God.
I've seen mock-ups.
Yeah, no.
It actually looks pretty good.
Let's stop. No. I'm out. This is crazy. Tyreek Hill plus 12,500.
Well, it's like the Heisman, as they point out in the stream.
Saquon Barkley plus 15,000. He is tied with Bryce Young, Travis Kelce, Bailey Zapp, and Desmond Ridder.
Wow.
And Jamar Chase.
But if I told you either Jamar Chase or Saquon Barkley wins MVP, you'd probably go Chase.
Yeah, like there's no world where I'm trying to think. You would need a wide receiver that doesn't have a great quarterback, and then it gets kind of weird. That's an oxymoron in a way of the numbers. It would have to be,
or a receiver who made so many. Like it would be where
it would the only one
highlight reels.
The only one that would have a chance, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
where he just dominates. The Rams win the division off defense or something, and Stafford's not whatever. I mean, I don't know. Stetson Bennett ends up the quarterback in week 9,
or it would be something where a Chase
quarterback gets hurt.
Or Chase has like 70.
If you're counting on a wide receiver to win, it's that a quarterback gets hurt early enough to not get the votes, but the wide receiver stays good when the backup comes in. It's the only way to do it. That's it. The number of people that they allow you to just light your money on fire for crazy odds. I mean, it goes as far down as you'd like to go. I'll run over some of the other awards in a second that are out there, because I didn't realize this. We actually have all the different honors, so we'll go through those in 1 minute. First, let me tell you, Northeast Spark, NESPARC, serves people across rural communities. 2 packages: the Ignite, the 100 Mbps, or the Blaze, the 1 gig that powers the Clark Ford studio. Your hometown team bringing you world-class broadband. That's NESpark.com, 662-238-3159. Phone service, parental controls, network security, wireless mesh extender, and much more. So to get the best internet in Lafayette County as well as parts of Union and Pontotoc counties, that's 662-238-3159.
John Edwards of Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis is the guy to go to if you're looking to book a trip that gets the extra attention needed to make a special trip, one that creates a lifetime of unique memories. John's in Las Vegas all week this week, meeting with all sorts of different travel partners, getting hookups and connections so you can take advantage of that knowledge when he gets back. Give him a call, give him some parameters, give him a budget, and let him give you options that you won't find on your own. 901-494-3387 or jedwards@regencytravel.net. Excuse me, I'm sorry. My voice is just really trying to fail. Oxford's newest Greek restaurant on the square, Opa, is the perfect place to plan your company dinner, your festive party event. Fabulous food, great craft libations as well. They can accommodate up to 200 guests at Opa. For catering or booking information, contact Jeannie, 601-421-7147. And we're brought to you by Service Specialist Staffing and Recruiting Agency, connecting great job opportunities to candidates since 1967. If you're on the job hunt, whether you're seeking an entry-level position or you're a seasoned professional, they have opportunities across the board. Engineering, dentistry, accounting, law, manufacturing, you name it, they can help you at Service Specialist. Nothing to lose. It's always free for the candidate. So give Will, Sydney, or Kelsey a call at 662-832-5138 or check out their new and improved website, servicespecialistltd.com. Get the beautiful and healthy smile you deserve at Corinth Dental. Dr. Bubba McQueen, Dr. Jenny Beth Hendrick are devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of your smile using conservative, state-of-the-art procedures that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. From routine checkups to advanced treatment, including implants and Invisalign, Corinth Dental is here to help you achieve your smile goals. Schedule your appointment today. Take the first step toward a better version of yourself at corinthdental.com. And are you a displaced corporate executive wanting to put your career in your own hands? Are you an experienced entrepreneur looking to diversify? Andy Ludicky can help. He owns multiple franchises and businesses and uses his expertise to help others find their American dream through a very thorough and free consultation process. So call Andy. Put your life and your career in your own hands. It's 100% free. Nothing to lose. MyPerfectFranchise.net. Andy at MyPerfectFranchise.net or 404-973-9901. Southern Traditions Farm is a 68-acre, 32-stall upscale equestrian training and boarding facility in Canton, Mississippi. 2 sand rings, a grass ring, miles of wooded trails. So much offered there, from horse racing, horse riding lessons. I guess you could get horse racing lessons, horse riding lessons. Also a great venue for events, reunions, parties, that kind of thing. So get in touch with them on Facebook or Instagram at Southern Traditions Farm.
Heavenly Sunshine has Christmas on their mind. So to kick off at Christmas, they're excited to announce Holiday Lights by Heavenly Sunshine. I know Christmas lights are beautiful. They can be a lot of work. Let Heavenly Sunshine take care of your hassle and do the work for you. Full service installation, install, take down, store the lights. Use commercial grade LEDs that are 100% customizable for your home or business. Let them take care of the lights while you take care of the gifts. Book your free estimate before August 31st. Mention MPW10 for 10% off. They've been serving the Mid-South for 4 decades, including Oxford. The full-service commercial and residential property maintenance includes power washing, soft wash, roof cleaning, facade cleaning, and window cleaning. Visit the website at heavenlysunshine.com, 662-342-1203. Clemson and Florida State are going to hate the rest of the ACC, Austin, for another year, and they will be somewhere else at the end of this season, or sometime in the next calendar year at least.
That's my guess. There is a lot of speculation that Florida State sort of got its bluff called, that they didn't really have a landing spot yet, but they're obviously going to work on that here in the next calendar year. This is not going away. All right, I'm pulling up Connolly's ESPN's. I pay for the Insider, and it is still so almost impossible to log into their stuff. Have you ever noticed that?
You have to re-log in every time
and I did that.
And it still tells you whatever?
It's still telling me to, yeah, even though I just did it. It's obnoxious. So I can't get in. So that's what she said. So I'm looking for the yeah, see, it's doing it again. I logged in.
Really?
Yeah, it won't let me do.
Austin, thanks again. Good luck tonight. You'll be all right. He said you feel worse than you felt in a while, but people in the stream, give him prayers, thoughts there for okay. Tonight for him.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
Final 2023 SP Plus preseason rankings.
Okay.
Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, LSU, 1 through 5. Penn State, Clemson, Tennessee, Texas, USC. Notre Dame's 11. Florida State, Oregon, Utah, Oklahoma, 15. Texas A&M, 16. Washington, 17. Ole Miss is 18. Wisconsin, Kansas, TCU, Iowa, Florida, Kentucky, North Carolina are 21 through 25. 26 through 30 is basically the SEC West. It's Auburn, Minnesota, UCLA, Mississippi State, and Arkansas. See, this is the problem with the SEC West. Bill Connolly has Arkansas finishing last in the SEC West and 30th nationally.
30th.
The division is just stacked.
Which means they would get lots of votes for the top 25, finishing 7th.
So he's got Mississippi State winning 6.9 games. Arkansas winning 6.8, Auburn winning 6.9, Ole Miss winning 7.6, which is where the Vegas number is, A&M winning 7.9. LSU winning 8.9. Alabama winning 9.6.
What's your takeaway?
Just that the division's stacked. It's the problem with picking either Alabama or LSU to get to the national championship. They have to survive a murderer's row. It's like I said yesterday on the show, I don't think either Mississippi State, Auburn, or Arkansas have any chance at all of winning the West. And if you told me all three of those teams beat at least one of the teams in the top four in the West, I totally buy it. There is no bad team. Mississippi State's not going to be a bad team. Arkansas is not going to be a bad team. You won't watch those teams and go, they're bad.
Mm-hmm.
You won't. They have experienced quarterbacks, weapons.
Will Rogers picked the number 36 player in the country yesterday.
You know, I mean, KJ Jefferson has a pretty strong body of work now.
He does.
We talk about Judkins. Sanders had huge numbers last year. So that's kind of my takeaway. Unlike if you go and look at Eastern teams, right?
Oh, well, I mean, there's such a line between
They've got
after those first two.
It's Georgia 1, Tennessee is 8. Florida is, where do we have Florida? I'm looking. 23. Kentucky's 24. South Carolina's 33. So Connolly and his computers are not as high on the Gamecocks as I am. Missouri 35.
Okay.
And then I'm sure Vanderbilt's way down here somewhere. Vanderbilt 76.
Oh.
It's got Vanderbilt winning 3.6 games.
By the way, we opened with talking about Nashville. I saw a picture of Vanderbilt Stadium yesterday. Their end zone is still a complete construction site.
Yeah.
With a week to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they'll be fine, but.
Yeah. I think it will be all season.
Okay. Oh, really?
The capacity there this year is going to be like 28.
Oh. Huh. Okay. Just quickly, because I said I would mention these. Offensive Player of the Year, Jamar Chase plus 1,000, just ahead of Justin Jefferson at plus 1,300, McCaffrey at plus 1,500, Tyreek Hill at plus 1,800, and Nick Chubb at 1,800. There on that one. Take your pick. Defensive Player of the Year, Michael Parsons plus 450, Myles Garrett plus 600, TJ Watt plus 750, Nick Bosa plus 1,200. That's not a bad bet. And Ahmad Gardner, Sauce obviously at plus 1,200 on that one. Rookie of the Year, Bijan Robinson, Texas product, plus 250. Bryce Young, plus 450. Richardson, 700. Gibbs, 750. Stroud, 850. Rookie of the Year on defense, Will Anderson, plus 350. Jalen Carter, plus 550. Tyree Wilson, plus 600. Devin Witherspoon, 900. Christian Gonzalez, 1,000. Let's see. Tua on the list for plus 2,000 for comeback player of the year. I like that bet. If you said they had a decent year, him for comeback player makes a lot of sense there. And then coach of the year, the favorite Dan Campbell of the Lions plus 900 on the list. Sean Payton plus 1,100 is not where I would put my money. Art Smith plus 1,400 and so on. So
ranking the leagues, SEC is 1, Big Ten's 2, Big 12 is 3, Pac-12 4, ACC 5, AAC 6, Sun Belt 7, Mountain West 8, the MAC 9, Conference USA 10.
Okay.
About what you expect.
Yeah, I got no issue with that.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Braves beat the Yankees in a series. Yankees fall to 500 on the season now. Just
it's Aaron Boone watches on.
Oh, really?
In Queens. Yeah.
Where will they go next?
I don't know.
Oh, you mean to the Mets? Or you mean the Bronx for the Yankees?
What did I say, Queens? Yeah. I meant Bronx. Okay. Bronx.
Well, the Mets could be firing everybody and hiring Aaron Boone. I mean, it made sense. I was staying with him for a minute.
Yeah, the Mets could fire everybody. It would not be a very popular hire for them to turn around and hire Aaron Boone at this point.
It would not. They could pay him. They have the money.
Yeah, the question of both of those teams are they going to break the bank to get Ohtani?
It doesn't feel like it.
Feel like it.
So
I've talked to some baseball people, by the way, who think that the Dodgers talk is just assumptive and presumptive, and that it might not be as locked in stone that that's where he's headed. We'll see. Baseball wants him in a different time zone. No,
Yeah,
they
of
can't. They
course.
can't make it happen, but
Because you would still pick the Dodgers if you were picking a team.
I think so. But I wouldn't count the Yankees out.
Well-
Baseball wants him on the East Coast. The Red Sox, maybe. Got a lot of money leave last year.
It's an interesting year in baseball, frankly, with the Mets, Yankees, and Red Sox all kind of scuffling or being bad, frankly, depending on kind of out of that a little bit. It's so regionalized that you're okay with the Braves being good and the Orioles being a cool story and the Dodgers being good
Yeah,
and
sure.
the whole deal.
Sure.
Doesn't really hurt anything.
No.
Tomorrow, Jeffrey will join us as always on a Thursday. Also, some cool stuff going on with the guys at Blue Delta Jeans. We'll have that for you tomorrow as well. Coming up, full week at rebelgrove.com. Practice resumes tomorrow. Thursday and Friday are currently on the schedule from an Ole Miss standpoint. So, rebelgrove.com will give you any updates there as we know them. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. So great stuff in the stream. Appreciate you guys. Apologies to Darty. Hope you have a wonderful wedding coming up, but we're not done with it yet. We'll continue to talk about it through October. So take care, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.